Hello world, it is Tuesday, August 11th, and it's trying to be a nice day today. Kind of rained, some thunderstorms rolled through yesterday in Defiance. Got some much needed rain without, at least where I was, without horrible wind or lightning and thunder. A little bit, but enough rain, I think, to green up the grass and help the farmers out a little bit. Today's devotional is called Killers Like Me, written by Kaja Dosha. And she bases her devotional upon Psalm 65, verse 9, New International Version. You care for the land and water it. You enrich it abundantly. The streams of God are filled with water to provide the people with grain. So you have ordained it. And she writes, with a deep sigh I watched as he walked away, leaving a beautiful urn of what was described as a hardy bush. You can't kill it, trust me, and some resilient flowers in the perfect spot. Just as long as you check every day and give it the water if the soil is dry, especially in the hotter months. I sighed because I hate killing things, but plants, evidence of God's wondrous creation, really should tremble in my presence. I appreciate them, but I cannot care for them reliably. What with work and meetings and other things, the problem of the plant is that, unlike, say, my dog, it will not bark to remind me to fill her bowl or stand at the door to prompt a walk. Plants sit silently in their majesty, requiring attention without demand, until sometimes it may seem too late. Just last night I noticed that the bush in the urn, the one I couldn't kill, looked forlorn. Only 2 days earlier I'd watered it, marveling at how well it thrived. Now, after a day with an unforgiving heat index, the leaves seemed crispened. It would be a mistake to assume that the plants in my care are God's to water. I have a responsibility. God has given me the streams full of water. My job is to tap into the source for the sake of that which is depending upon me. There are people of faith in this world claiming that God will take care of creation without human participation, that the earth will be just fine, and our responsibility is only to remember this, that our care of creation requires no hose, no attention, just an incantation and a trust that God will do more than God has promised. That approach is not faith, it's hubris. God's care was never meant to inspire carelessness in us. Kaja's prayer. Forgive us, O God, for our crisping of your planet. As our world turns, may we turn towards more faithful care of all that you've entrusted us. Amen. Kaja's devotional is a reminder that we were created and given the task to care for God's creation, to have dominion over it, which doesn't mean to dominate, but dominion means to care for and nurture. So that is our responsibility. So it's important that in this age that we are cognizant of how our actions in the world affect nature and how they either care or don't care for the environment. That is part of why we were created, to help care for God's creation. Yes, I think if humans weren't here, there would be an equilibrium that would be established without us. But we are here. And if we're the source of disequilibrium, then we need to do our work to try to right that equilibrium. When we do that, the earth can thrive, we can enjoy it, and we can live, and we can thrive. Otherwise, we may not be here. That is the choice that we're given. So think about what you can do to help make this world a better place, to make it be the place that God intended it to be. Take care, and I'll talk to you again tomorrow.